The Apprentice was supposed to be a reality show competition based on business smarts, but an underbelly of disturbing factors have been at work as contestants vied for a job within Donald Trump's supposed empire. Let's uncover the things everyone ignored about The Apprentice. All those dramatic arguments in the show's infamous boardroom climaxes were basically for nothing, at least according to Clay Aiken, a former contestant on The Apprentice. Trump didn't decide who got fired on The Apprentice, NBC made those decisions. Wait, what? Is he suggesting that Donald Trump's iconic "you're fired" catchphrase was all a farce?
David, I'm going to ask you to take the down elevator. You're fired.
According to Aiken, there used to be a little thing right on Trump's desk that looked like a phone, and he pretended it was a phone, but it was actually a teleprompter where the producers were sending him notes. Aiken claims NBC determined which contestants were generating the lowest ratings and told Trump who to fire, going on to say, "Donald Trump isn't the businessman that people believe he is because we saw him on TV playing The Apprentice, and he did look like he was leading, but on The Apprentice, he doesn't lead." Although it may come as a shock to no one, Donald Trump was focused on squeezing as much as he could financially from the show. According to The New Yorker, when producers were searching for office space in which to stage the show, he vetoed every suggestion, then mentioned that he had an empty floor available in Trump Tower, which he could lease at a reasonable price. When the production staff tried to furnish the space, they found that local vendors, stiffed by Trump in the past, refused to do business with them. Former producer Bill Pruitt and editor Jonathan Braun came clean in The Confidence Man, a Trump-focused episode of the Netflix docuseries Dirty Money.
We sit back and go, "This is ridiculous." But we thought it was funny. Just didn't know how many people would actually look at that and go, "That's cool. That's real. That's real." Yeah.
Pruitt describes Trump's office in the famed Trump Tower as dated and smelly.
If you were to walk around Donald Trump's actual office in Trump Tower, you'd see like, oh, the wood's kind of chipped, like,
it's a mess.
Another secret aside from having to give the office a makeover that fit the vibe they were going for, there was no penthouse for winners like the show implied. Different sets existed all on one floor in Trump Tower, a move that likely made filming more convenient but was yet another fake representation of reality. The title sequence played a part in that as well, as images of Trump's private jet, hotels, and host of products put his apparent success and wealth front and center. Braun told The New Yorker, "He had just gone through I don't know how many bankruptcies, but we made him out to be the most important person in the world. It was like making the court jester the king." In the end, The Apprentice helped Trump become relevant again and laid the groundwork for his presidential run. What do you look for in a good employee? Well, if you're Donald Trump, the priority is nice skin, apparently. Trump regularly commented on contestants' appearances, although those comments didn't always make the air. HuffPost got its hands on a transcript from a Season 9 episode titled Beauty and Brains that included some, interesting commentary. In the episode, the teams prepare country music hopefuls Emily West and Luke Bryan for meetings with music industry insiders. The contestants were supposed to work on interviewing skills and create promotional packets, but in the boardroom, Trump uncomfortably turned the conversation to Emily's physical appearance, reportedly ranting, "I assume you're gonna leave this off. Don't put this shit on the show, But her skin sucks, okay? I mean, her skin, she needs some serious dermatology." According to the transcript, Trump noted that Bryan was more attractive and asked country music star and guest judge Trace Adkins for his opinion. When Adkins tried to switch the topic by talking about Emily's brochure, Trump reportedly replied, "You're obviously not a skin man." After the Huffington Post released the transcript of the aforementioned episode, producer Bill Pruitt suggested on Twitter that there is footage that never made the air that showed more of Trump uncensored. However, some of it has leaked out over time, and even some of the stuff that made it to air is cringeworthy.
Excuse me, you dropped to your knees.
Yes. And begged to do this, and I said,
"Must be a pretty picture you dropping to your
John
knees."
and Dennis thought I should be. Omarosa said me. Some other people said you, and
Season 5 contestant Summer Zervos claimed Trump sexually harassed her. Others alleged he used sexist language towards women, and on top of all that,
reality show insiders tell the Associated Press that Trump rated female contestants and talked about which ones he would like to sleep with.
Former producer Catherine Walker told the AP that Trump even speculated about how certain female contestants would perform in bed. And the Apprentice winner Randall Pinkett told the AP that he also witnessed Trump talking about wanting to sleep with competitors, as well as describing Trump's work culture.
I got the job done, but I learned the culture of the Trump organization. That culture was not one that reflected my values.
What a group of killers.
And that's just the dirt that's been dug up and published. HuffPost reported that folks who worked on the show are likely remaining tight-lipped for legal reasons.
Well, you signed a non-disclosure agreement the day you were hired, Ms.
Despite a successful season 1, ratings for The Apprentice began to drop as time marched on, and that allegedly didn't sit well with Donald Trump. After a drop in season 5, former NBC Public Relations Director Jim Dowd claimed Trump asked him to call the 10 major executives who cover television ratings and tell them The Apprentice was the #1 show in its time slot, even though it was actually ranked number 72.
So you want me to lie?
In 2007, executives rebooted the series with the Celebrity Apprentice spinoff, featuring famous names such as Kiss rocker Gene Simmons, pop star Cyndi Lauper, and former baseball pro Darryl Strawberry. The show also shook up the format by having the contestants raise money for charities, which often meant asking famous friends for money. Anything for ratings gold. Ad Age reported that The Apprentice was among the top 10 shows in product placement on network primetime television. To give you an idea, the publication reported a brand popped up in the show 127 times in March 2011 alone. You may have missed this war on your dollars while watching the show because the advertising wasn't always obvious.
Why don't you let me fix you some of this new mococo drink? All natural cocoa beans from the upper slopes of Mountain Nicaragua, no artificial sweeteners.
What the hell are you talking about?
Donald Trump would often introduce featured brands by referring to his friends at said enterprises, but what you were actually experiencing was arguably a giant commercial in disguise. Season 1, for example, was all about Trump and his brand. The contestants stayed at Trump Tower, drank Trump-branded water, attended events at Trump's golf club, and were sent to Atlantic City to draw attention to his casino before it went bankrupt. By Season 2, other companies were opening their checkbooks to be featured on the show. According to Ad Age, brands paid anywhere from $5 million to $9 million to appear in the series. Broadcaster Piers Morgan competed against returning Apprentice reality star Omarosa Newman in the debut season of The Celebrity Apprentice, and he claimed she was a dirty dealer through and through. In a 2018 interview with the Daily Mail, he alleges that Newman propositioned him to have a romance on the show that they could use for financial gain.
I said, what's the show, man? She went, she said, on The Apprentice, everyone has sex together. So you and I could do that, and then we could sell it and make loads of money.
Morgan says he turned her down, and then she allegedly began singing a different tune and began insulting him with gay smears. Despite that behavior, Newman was later employed as one of Trump's top White House aides, much to Morgan's dismay. Eventually, she switched gears and slammed the administration instead. She even wrote a book titled Unhinged, an insider's account of the White House. Donald Trump Jr. allegedly cheated on his wife, Vanessa, with Danity Kane singer and Apprentice contestant Aubrey O'Day. The alleged affair reportedly went on around the time that Vanessa was pregnant with her and Don Jr.'s third child. The Trumps stayed together and had 2 more kids prior to Vanessa filing for divorce in March 2018. Though O'Day has kept quiet about the romantic rumblings, she did post a cryptic tweet the night Donald Trump was elected president in 2016. "My story I didn't tell is worth millions now." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite reality TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.